this is the last game I have to play tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Penumbra. So I don't know how far I'm gonna get, but okay.
For my part in this allegory, I'm not going to make the same mistakes my father made. Howard vanished from my mother's life before I was even in it, so when he sent me a letter a few days after Mum's funeral, it was the first I'd ever heard from him. Pity he was dead. Writing from beyond the grave must be a genetic habit in my bloodline. His letter contained a key, instructions, pleas for forgiveness. I figured the dead don't have much use for absolution, so I turned to his prophetic passing, which he inexplicably expected to come any day. Clearly averse to explanations, my father preferred to leave directions to a bank on Mayfair I'd never even heard of. In that bank was a safety deposit box in his name, and myself as executor. Of course, I went, as he knew I would. I discovered that despite the evidence, he'd been legally declared dead almost 30 years ago, and so the old book and collection of notes I found had, in the eyes of the law, been mine all this time. My father's instructions were to burn the documents, raise no further questions. But that was his error. No man's immune to the shameful trappings of curiosity, and my humanity got the better of me. The university I taught at was world renowned for two things: physics and linguistics. I represented the first, and the man who stood for the second was stumped by my recent acquisition. The book was indecipherable. The notes, however, showed a location somewhere in uninhabited northern Greenland. It took me almost a year to book the last flight I'd ever taken. As I watched civilization disappear along with Heathrow, I realised my father had disappeared 3 decades ago, almost to the day, and I considered in turn what it was that I was leaving behind. We landed on a strip of ice a few feet wide, and within minutes I was pulling away on a chartered boat, beginning the 12-hour journey that would lead me into my past.
Neat. So I'm not sure. I think I may have seen gameplay footage of this game, but it could have been not this, which is entirely possible. But we'll find out. Finally, we're almost docked. I'd better stow my gear. I may be far from home, but chances are I can still pick things up with Left Nest. Wow. I like how subtly this is not Jack Daniels. Aha! this guy get all this Jack Daniels? Fuck chairs. Why is this lamp here? To-do list. As I stepped off the boat, setting out into the blizzard that had formed around me, I realized how utterly devoted I had been to the discovery of my father's past. I had no idea what to expect. Soon enough, my concerns were justified. I don't know whether I lost my orientation or my spirit at first, but I lost feeling in my extremities soon after. A new hypothermia was setting in, and started moving my shoulder. Okay, so this is the game I saw, which is not good for me, because it was terrible. Well, that was needlessly complicated. That's the problem with these games. They've always had really shitty controls for opening doors. A barrel. Well, whatever I was descending into, it was 100 feet below ground, protected by two solid metal hatches, located in a remote Arctic wilderness, and buried beneath the snow. I didn't know what to expect, but it made me feel something I hadn't felt since I was a child. I'd never given it much thought before, but I realized that our entire society is a network of safety nets, emergency services at the end of a phone line. Health and safety in the workplace, friends, family, lovers, all there. If something goes wrong, part of a carefully designed structure to prevent all but the most mundane of emotions. Once again, I felt like I did when I was in school, surrounded by a closing ring of older kids, knowing anyone that might help me, friends, parents, teachers, were too scared or too far away. So I think that's emergency saving it, jotting a note just in case. I remember being this scared in Amnesia. If he jots one more note, just in case, I think I'm gonna be done, because this is a decently spooky game. Like, I know I've said that a lot, this being Halloween and all, and that kind of being the point. Holy shit. What the kill it! No, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die here. So yeah, that was Penumbra. It's a 3-part game series, and I just died in the first 10 minutes. This has been Halloween 2015. Have a pleasant November.